Hello, hello, English learners. Welcome back to the studio. You are listening to another deep dive here at Fluent Talk Studio. It is so good to have you with us today. I'm Max.
And I'm Sarah, and it is genuinely wonderful to be back with you all. We have a really special one for you today.
We really do. But before we get into the heavy lifting, before we change anyone's life today, I have to ask you a serious question. It's a bit personal.
Oh, personal. Okay, I think I'm ready. Lay it on me.
How are you at waking up in the morning? And I mean, be honest with me and with everyone listening. Are you one of those jump out of bed, high five the sun, sing with the birds people?
Oh.
Or are you more of a hit the snooze button 6 times and, growl at anyone who speaks to you kind of person?
Is there an option C? Like the zombie who needs coffee to function option?
I think that's a subcategory of the second one.
Look, I wish I was the morning bird. I really do. I see those people on, Instagram making these perfect green smoothies at 5 a.m. and I feel jealous. But the reality is, I probably need at least 2 coffees before I am legally allowed to speak to other humans. The morning struggle is very real.
I knew I liked you. I am exactly the same. My alarm clock is my mortal enemy. It knows.
It knows.
But speaking of struggles, we are tackling a topic today that I think every single person listening, whether you're a morning person or a night owl, can relate to. It's that January feeling. You know the one?
Yes. The new year, new me trap.
The trap, exactly. We all do it, right?
Yeah.
January 1st comes around, we make these massive, heroic resolutions. I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours every single day.
I'm going to read Dostoevsky.
Oh, the Dostoevsky one, yes. Or, for our listeners, I'm going to become completely fluent in English by March. And then what happens? What happens by the time we get to February?
Usually, silence. By February, the new me is exhausted and is definitely sleeping in.
Right.
The gym membership is gathering dust. The expensive English textbooks are buried under a giant pile of laundry.
Always the laundry pile.
And we are right back to our old habits. It's the classic cycle, isn't it? You get this huge burst of enthusiasm, and then it's followed by the crushing reality of daily life.
Crushing reality is a bit dark. But you're not wrong. It falls apart. This isn't just breaks because, life gets in the way. But today, we're going to fix that.
Yes.
We are doing a deep dive into a concept that claims to completely change the game. It's not about willpower. It's about design. It's called the Power Day.
Yes. And specifically, we're looking at how to apply this to 2026 and, beyond. We've pulled together some fascinating research, but we are drawing primarily from a really inspiring source today.
Which is?
It's a video from the channel Speak English with Class, specifically their English Leap podcast episode about creating this very Power Day.
And the promise here is massive. I mean, I read the notes 3 times because I didn't quite believe it at first. The whole idea is that you can become a completely different person, a better English speaker, calmer human being by the end of 2026.
And the catch.
Using just 10 to 15 minutes a day.
It sounds a bit like a late-night TV commercial, doesn't it? Change your life in 10 minutes. Act now.
It really does.
But as we unpacked this research, I realized it's not magic. It's actually math. And it's about psychology. It's about being smart rather than, working hard.
I love that. Smart, not hard. That is my favorite way to work. So English learners, if you are listening, get comfortable. Maybe grab that coffee we were just talking about.
Definitely grab the coffee.
We were going to break this down step by step. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Now, the source material starts with something a little bit unusual for a productivity guide. It starts with a visualization exercise.
Okay. I'm usually skeptical of visualization. It feels a bit floaty. A little abstract.
Floaty.
Yeah, like something you do in a yoga class while smelling incense. I'm not sure it's for me.
I get that. I really do. But think of it less like dreaming and more like, I don't know, setting the GPS in your car. You can't really start driving if you don't know the destination, right? So, since this is an audio experience, we can do this right now with everyone listening. It only takes a minute.
Okay, I'm game. I'll try anything once. Let's set the GPS.
Great. So if you are listening, and obviously if it is safe to do so, please do not close your eyes if you are driving a car or operating heavy machinery.
Please go.
But if you're on the bus or washing dishes, just sitting on your sofa, maybe just close your eyes for a second. Take a breath.
Okay. Eyes are closed. I'm breathing. This is happening.
Now, I want you to imagine the date is December 31st, 2026. Just fast forward through time in your mind. You are standing at the very end of the year. The New Year's Eve fireworks are about to start.
Mm-hmm.
And you are looking back over the last 365 days. And I want you to look at that version of future you. How do they feel? What's different?
Okay, I'm imagining it. I don't feel exactly the same. I feel a bit taller. Maybe that's weird.
Taller how?
I don't know, just in spirit. My shoulders feel like they're down, not up by my ears. I'm not stressed about what I didn't do. There's a sort of quiet satisfaction.
Exactly, that satisfaction. The source describes this feeling so beautifully. It's not about being perfect. You haven't solved every single problem in your life.
Right, it's still have bills.
You still have bills, you still have rainy days. But it's about that realization of, wow, I didn't stay the same. I grew. You feel calmer. You feel stronger. And specifically, for our English learners listening right now, I want you to imagine trusting yourself more.
That is a big concept.
Yeah.
Trusting yourself. What does that actually look like in, say, a conversation? Because right now, I think a lot of learners trust their dictionary way more than they trust themselves.
Oh, that's so true. It means not freezing up. You know that horrible feeling when someone asks you a question in English and your brain just goes blank? It's pure panic.
The white screen of death in your brain.
Yes. In this vision of 2026, that panic is gone. Or at least it's much smaller. You look back and you realize you speak more than you did last year. You understand more. You don't feel small in conversations anymore.
Feeling small. Oof, that hits hard. Because a language barrier really can make you feel small, can't it?
It really can.
Like a child. You have all these complex adult thoughts in your head, but you can only say these really simple things. The cat is on the table. It's so frustrating. But in this vision, you're not small. You're confident.
Precisely. You have agency. Now, you can open your eyes. That future version of you, the one standing tall in December 2026.
My taller self.
Your taller self, yes. That person doesn't magically appear in December. That person is built. And the construction starts today. It starts with this morning, and frankly, it starts with the next few minutes of this deep dive.
That is the reality check, isn't it? We can dream about December, but we have to live through today. Now, before we get into the mechanics of the Power Day, we should probably mention the methodology here. The source material, the English Leap podcast, they have a very specific way of teaching.
They do. They call it the English Leap methodology. And what that means is, essentially, they design their content for B1 level learners. That's intermediate. So it's slow, it's clear, it's simple.
Okay, accessible.
Very. But, and here is the trick, they gently add B2 level words. Stronger phrases, idioms, things like that, just to stretch the listener.
So it's like comfortable, but with a little bit of a challenge.
Exactly.
Like lifting a weight that is just heavy enough to build muscle, but not so heavy that you're going to drop it on your foot.
That is a perfect analogy. You don't feel lost, but you are constantly growing. And that is actually how we are going to structure our conversation today. We'll keep things clear, but we are going to introduce some of what we're calling power words, vocabulary that will take your English to the next level.
I like that. Power words.
We want you to feel comfortable, but we also want you to learn.
Awesome. So, listener, do a quick check-in with yourself right now. How are you feeling about your progress? Are you closer to that B2 level? Are you less scared to speak? Just keep that in mind as we go through this.
Okay, let's get to the math, because the source makes a very specific claim about time, and I have some doubts.
It does. Yeah. And this is really the core philosophy of the entire English Leap approach. The rule is simply 10 to 15 minutes.
Just 10 to 15 minutes a day.
That's it. 10 to 15 minutes of English every single day for 365 days.
Okay, I have to play devil's advocate here. My brain, it struggles to accept that. I mean, my brain thinks, no, to learn a language, I need to suffer. I need to move to London for 6 months or sit in a classroom for 3 hours a day, memorizing verb tables until I cry.
The suffering model of learning.
Yes. And 15 minutes feels, well, it feels insignificant. It feels like nothing, like a drop in the ocean. It feels small in the moment, yes. It absolutely does feel like a single drop of water. But let's look at the math, and let's look at the psychology of consistency over intensity.
Okay, break that down for us. Consistency over intensity.
Okay. Imagine you go to the gym once a month, but you work out for 5 hours straight, you lift everything, you run on the treadmill until you throw up.
Sounds like a terrible day. I would probably be unable to walk for a week, and I'd hate the gym forever.
Right, and you'd quit. That is intensity. Now, imagine you do just 15 minutes of push-ups and stretching every single morning. You never get exhausted. You never get injured. But by the end of the year, who is stronger?
The person who moved every day.
Obvious.
It's not even close.
It's the accumulation. The source argues that 10 to 15 minutes of focused English every single day for 365 days creates a compound effect. By 2027, you aren't just a person who studied a little bit. you are a different person.
The compound effect. I like that idea. It's like interest in a bank account.
Yeah.
Right? A few pennies don't matter today, but over 10 years, they can make you rich.
That's it, exactly. And the goal isn't to be a perfect person who knows every single word in the Oxford English Dictionary. That's an impossible and, frankly, a useless goal.
Right.
The goal is to be a different person, more confident, more relaxed, more proud of yourself.
Okay, I can get on board with that. It's about progress, not perfection.
Yes.
Now, let's define this term that serves as the title of our deep dive, the power day.
Oh.
When I first heard it, I pictured a guy in a suit, running around New York City, shouting into a phone, drinking 5 espressos.
High stress.
Very high stress, high adrenaline.
That's kind of dramatic, I'll give you that. Like a trailer for an action movie. The Power Day, coming this summer.
Exactly.
But the source clarifies this beautifully, and it's almost the complete opposite of that image. A true Power Day is simple. It's quiet.
Simple and quiet. I like that better. So no espresso required.
Well, the espresso is optional. I won't take that away from you.
Okay, good.
But you don't need a superhero cape. You don't need adrenaline. You just need to not feel lost. The analogy they use, which I think is brilliant, is the driver's seat.
Ooh, let's unpack this. The driver's seat analogy. Because I think a lot of us feel like we're in the passenger seat of our own lives most of the time.
Or worse, we're in the trunk.
Tied up in the trunk, yeah.
Think about a typical bad day. You wake up late. You immediately check your phone. There's bad news. There's a stressful email. You rush to work. You're just reacting to emails, reacting to your boss. The day is driving you.
You're just holding on for dear life, hoping you don't crash.
That's it. It's reactive. It's survival mode. And you can't learn, you can't grow in survival mode.
I feel seen. That is literally my Tuesday.
It's most of us. But a power day is where you consciously climb into the driver's seat. You put your hands on the steering wheel, and even if the road is crazy, even if there's traffic, which, represents stress or bad news, you are still the one steering.
So you're in control.
You are. You touch your goals, even just for a few minutes. You have a sense of control, a sense of ownership. It's you saying, okay, I decide where we go today, even if we only go slowly.
I really like that. It's not about having a perfect, easy day. It's about being in charge of your own direction, no matter what the day throws at you.
Precisely. And while this whole method applies to everything, health, money, family, we are going to link every single step specifically to English learning.
Perfect. So we have the vision, we have the philosophy. Now let's build this thing. How do we actually design a power day? Step 1, you said, starts right when we wake up.
Step 1 is the morning intention.
Okay, so what is the specific problem we are solving here? Why do our mornings usually go so wrong?
The problem is what the source calls the marathon of worries.
Oh, wow. That sounds exhausting and incredibly familiar.
It is. Scientists actually talk about this, cortisol levels, the stress hormone, they're at their highest right when we wake up. So imagine waking up and before your feet even touch the cold floor, your brain just starts screaming at you.
Right.
Bills, exams, that weird noise the car's making, laundry. Did I send that important email yesterday?
It's like having 20 TV channels turned on at maximum volume inside your head all at once. It's just noise.
That is such a vivid image. And it's so true. You wake up and immediately you are in defense mode. The question your brain is asking is, how am I going to survive this day?
And when you're in survival mode, you are definitely not learning English. You're just trying not to drown in your to-do list.
Precisely. So the fix, according to our source, is to switch off those 20 channels and focus on one clear intention. Just one. So instead of asking, how will I survive, you ask, what is one thing I want to move forward today?
Just one thing. That immediately relieves so much pressure. It's not a to-do list with 50 items on it.
No. A to-do list is useful, but an intention is different. An intention is a direction. It's a focus point. And this introduces our first major vocabulary concept for today. It's a B2 level word, maybe even C1, depending on how you use it. Align.
A-L-I-G-N.
Yeah.
Align. Okay, I've heard this in yoga class. Align your spine, or maybe at the mechanic, align your car tires. But what does it really mean in the context of, productivity?
To align means to put your actions in the same direction as your dreams. It's about making sure your day isn't actively fighting your long-term goals.
Could give me a non-English example first.
Sure. If your goal is to be healthy, but you skip breakfast and eat a donut for lunch and then have pizza for dinner, your actions are fighting your goal. They're completely misaligned.
Got it.
But if you drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, that's a tiny action. But it aligns with the goal of being healthy. It's a step in the right direction.
I see. It's about geometry. Are the arrows of your actions pointing the same way as the arrow of your goal?
Exactly. So if my goal is to speak fluent English, but I spend my entire day only speaking my native language and watching shows in my native language, my day is not aligned with that goal at all.
So for the power day, you wake up and you set one clear English intention. It doesn't have to be big, does it?
It should be tiny. It could be, today I will listen to English for 10 minutes, or today I will write 3 sentences about my day.
That's it. Today I will write 3 sentences. That's enough to count.
That counts. Because you are aligning your day with your goal from the very first moment. You are starting with intention, not with chaos. You're telling your brain, hey, this is important to me.
Okay, I have my intention. Let's say I'm going to write 3 sentences. But now comes the tricky part. When do I actually do it? Because usually I say I'll do it later, and then, well, later never comes.
And that brings us to step 2, timing. The source calls this setting yourself up for success.
I love that phrase, set yourself up for success. It sounds very professional, very proactive, like something a CEO would say.
It is a great phrase, and it basically just means preparing the situation to make success easier. But first, let's look at the trap you just mentioned. The trap is waiting until later.
Later is the land where dreams go to die.
It truly is. You finish work, you're tired, you're hungry, your brain feels like mush, and suddenly, hello, Netflix. The day just eats your plan.
The day eats your plan. That is a scary but incredibly accurate way to put it. The day is a hungry monster.
So the strategy is to give your dream breakfast.
Breakfast, like eggs and toast. Or are we speaking metaphorically again?
A metaphorical breakfast. Though eggs are also good for your brain.
Okay.
The idea is to give your goal those 5 to 15 minutes before the rest of the world wakes up inside your phone. You feed your dream before you feed your notifications.
Ooh, that is powerful. Feed your dream before you feed your notifications. Because as soon as I look at my phone, I'm looking at other people's lives, other people's problems, other people's priorities, not my own.
Exactly. By doing your English first, even for just 10 minutes, you are prioritizing yourself. And here is where setting yourself up for success becomes a really practical thing. You don't just hope you'll do it, you prepare for it.
Give me a concrete example of that. What does that look like?
The night before, put your English book and your headphones right next to your bed.
So it's the very first thing I see when I open my eyes.
Yes. Because if you have to search for your book or untangle your headphones or find your charger, you might just lose the motivation. The friction is too high.
Right, you'll just say, oh, we'll do it later.
But if it's right there, you just grab it. That is setting yourself up for success. You make the good habit easy and the bad habits hard.
And the source mentions something called a soft start. I really like this because, sometimes I think studying has to be hard work. I think I need to sit at a desk with a bright lamp and suffer for it to count.
Right. We associate learning with pain, which is so counterproductive. But a soft start means it can be gentle, it can be enjoyable. You can listen to a calm podcast like this one while you make your coffee.
Okay.
Or you could read just one paragraph of an article. Or look in the mirror and repeat 3 short, positive sentences about your English.
It sounds lovely, actually. A really nice way to wake up. It's not study, it's just input. It's just being with the language.
It removes the friction. And the key here, and this is so important, is habit formation. The source really emphasizes sticking with it.
Right.
That means you don't change the plan every 2 days. You don't do listening on Monday, then decide to read a novel on Tuesday, then try a grammar app on Wednesday.
That just leads to decision fatigue, doesn't it? You spend more energy deciding what to do than actually doing it.
Exactly. Keep it simple. Stick with that one small habit until it becomes automatic. Like brushing your teeth. You don't decide to brush your teeth. You just do it. It's part of your routine.
Okay, so we have our intention, and we've done our 10 minutes of soft start English while drinking our coffee. We're feeling good. We're in the driver's seat. But then the day actually starts.
Yeah.
And there are monsters out there.
There are always monsters. This is step 3. Battling the monsters, also known as energy leaks.
Energy leaks. I love this term. What are these exactly? Are they like vampires?
In a way, yes. They are the things that steal your energy without giving you anything back. Mindless scrolling on social media, unnecessary drama at work, reading the same bad news over and over and over again.
Oh, the scrolling. The scroll hole. I fall into that hole way too often. I'll pick up my phone just to check the weather. That's what I tell myself.
Of course.
And suddenly it's 45 minutes later and I'm watching videos of a cat playing a tiny piano.
Or someone slicing soap. Why is that so addictive?
I don't know. But I emerge 45 minutes later and I feel drained.
Hmm.
Not rusted. I feel like my brain has been deep fried.
That is the perfect description of it. The scroll hole is so dangerous for learners because it drains your battery. If you spend all your mental energy on cats playing the piano, you have absolutely no energy left for English grammar.
So what is the strategy here? Do we have to delete all our apps? Throw our phones in the river? Become a hermit?
No, we have to live in the modern world. The strategy for a power day is to just ask yourself a simple question in those moments. Is this feeding my goal or is it draining my goal?
That's a tough question to answer, honestly, sometimes, because the draining thing is often more fun in the moment.
It is. But remember, you don't have to be perfect. The goal isn't to never scroll again. It's just to save 10 or 20 minutes from these leaks. And here's the genius English application of that idea. Turn a scroll moment into an English moment.
How do we do that without it feeling like a chore, like homework?
Well, if you are going to scroll, make sure you are following English creators, English features, English news sites, whatever you're interested in. But in English, you start to change the algorithm.
Okay, so you curate your feed.
Yes. And you just ask yourself, can I watch one English video instead of another cat video? Just one.
So if I'm going to be on Instagram anyway, I might as well learn a new phrasal verb while I'm there.
Exactly. But here is the most important part of this step. And this is where most people fail their New Year's resolutions. It's a critical moment.
What happens?
They mess up, they fall into the scroll hole, they waste an hour. And then, what do you usually say to yourself in that moment?
Oh, the self-talk is terrible. I beat myself up. I say, you're so lazy. You've ruined the whole day now. You have no discipline. Might as well just give up and try again next week or next month.
And that is the death of the power day. That self-judgment is the poison. The source introduces a vital vocabulary concept here to fight that. It's get back on track.
Get back on track. I like the sound of that. It implies movement. It's an action.
Think of a train. If a massive train comes slightly off the rails, what do? Do you blow up the whole train? Do you set fire to the cargo?
No, that would be a very expensive overreaction.
Right. You just get a crane, you lift it up, and you put it back on the rails. That is getting back on track.
So the mindset is stop judging yourself. A power day isn't a day where you never fall. It's a day where you fall, and then you just get back on track. Immediately.
Exactly. You simply say, okay, I scrolled too much. Oops, back to my English goal. No guilt. No drama, just correction.
I feel relieved just hearing that. It's permission to be human. It's permission to be imperfect. Okay, moving on to step 4. We've talked about the mind and the phone. What about our physical body? How does that fit on?
Step 4 is the body movement and energy.
Now, some English learners might be thinking, wait a minute, I'm here to train my tongue and my ears, not my legs. Why does the body matter so much for learning English?
Because of energy.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to study when your body feels heavy and sleepy and just stuck?
Oh, yeah. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I can read the same sentence 5 times. Nothing goes in. My brain is just fog.
That's stagnation. The source uses a really simple battery analogy. Imagine your body as a phone at 5% battery. If you just sit in a chair all day, you stay at 5%. You are in low power mode.
And in low power mode, the screen is dim, the apps don't work properly.
Exactly. But if you get up and walk for just 10 minutes, you can charge up to 35%. You don't consume energy, you generate it.
35% is a lot better than 5%. That's a functional phone.
It is. The goal isn't exercise for looks. We aren't trying to get a six-pack here, you know? It's exercise for focus. You are building up your energy, like adding one brick to a wall, then another brick. It makes you stronger for the mental work.
I see. So how do we combine this with English? Are you suggesting we listen to podcasts while running marathons?
No marathons needed, but you can mix movement with learning. This is actually a well-known technique called TPR, total physical response. When you connect movement to language, it helps your memory.
Okay, so give me something practical, something I can do in my living room right now.
Walk around your room while repeating a sentence out loud.
Walking and talking. I can see how that would help with the rhythm of the language, right?
It does. It helps you feel the flow of the sentence in your body. Or, and I love this one, do 10 squats while saying, I am getting better at English.
Squats and affirmations. I can picture it.
Yeah.
I'm getting better, grunt at English.
It sounds funny, but it wakes up your brain. It gets the blood flowing. Or just take a short walk outside with your headphones. The point is to physically move your body to unlock your brain. Don't be a statue when you learn.
Okay, I'm going to try the squat technique later. Maybe not on camera.
Step 5 involves something a little deeper. This is about the voice inside our heads.
Step 5, the inner voice kindness.
This is a big one. We are so often our own worst enemies, aren't we?
We really are. The bad habit here is what the source calls self-attack. The bully voice.
Oh, the bully. I know him well. What does the bully sound like for an English learner?
He says things like, "You're useless, you'll always fail at this. Why did you make that grammar mistake? You sound so stupid." Or the classic, "You're too old to learn a new language."
No, that voice is mean. And the worst part is, it's so convincing sometimes.
It is poison for learning. It creates anxiety, and anxiety literally blocks the parts of your brain you need for language acquisition. The fix is to replace the bully voice with the coach voice. The coach voice, I like that image. What does the coach say?
The coach is firm but kind. The coach isn't going to let you quit, but he's not going to insult you. The coach says mantras like, "I'm allowed to be a work in progress."
I like that one.
Or, "I made a mistake, but that means I'm still in the game. I'm still moving forward."
That is so much kinder. It completely changes the atmosphere in your head from a battlefield to a training ground.
And this brings us to a beautiful and powerful word, empowered.
EMPOWERED. Empowered.
Being empowered means feeling strong and able to act. It's like having the remote control of your life in your own hand instead of letting someone else or your own insecurities hold it and change the channel all the time.
So when I switch my inner voice from the bully to the coach, I am empowering myself. I'm taking the remote control back.
Yes. For a direct English application, try saying 3 kind sentences to yourself every day. Like, "My English is not perfect, but it's growing." Or, "Mistakes mean I am practicing."
Mistakes mean I'm practicing. I want every single person listening to write that down. That is a game changer. Because if you aren't making mistakes, you aren't trying hard enough, you're staying in your comfort zone.
It really is. Now, once you are being kind to yourself, you are ready for step 6, which requires just a little bit of bravery.
Step 6. Courage, the brave move.
Every power day needs one small, brave move.
Okay, define brave here. Are we talking about skydiving? Asking for a huge raise at work?
No skydiving, just something that makes you a little nervous. A micro risk. Maybe it is sending a scary email, or saying no to something that drains your energy, or sharing one idea in a meeting.
And for English, what does a brave move look like for an English learner?
For English, it's all about using the language in the real world, even in a tiny way. Saying one sentence in English to a colleague, writing one comment in English under a YouTube video,
That's a good one.
or recording a tiny voice note to a friend instead of texting.
Those things are scary. Especially writing comments online, you worry about the grammar police coming for you. "Oh no, I used the wrong your," and now everyone in the world will laugh at me.
You do worry, it's a real fear. But when you do it anyway, you are practicing a very important concept. Another one of our power phrases, show up for yourself.
Show up for yourself. This is another one of those phrases that sounds simple, but is actually very deep.
It means acting like your own best friend. It means doing things that future you, that taller version of you, will thank you for. You aren't hiding from life. You are present. You are participating.
So even if the comment I write has a typo, the simple fact that I wrote it means I showed up for myself. I didn't hide.
Exactly. Even 5 seconds of bravery completely changes how you see yourself. You stop seeing yourself as just a student who is passively studying, and you start seeing yourself as a user of English, a real participant.
I love that shift.
Yeah.
From student to user. Okay, so we have navigated the day. We set an intention. We did our soft start. We fought off the monsters. We moved our bodies. We were kind and we were brave. Now the sun is setting. How do we end a power day properly?
Step 7, the evening check-in.
Now, usually my evening routine is, well, it's collapsing on the sofa and maybe feeling guilty about all the things I didn't get done. I lie in bed and replay all my mistakes.
That is the common mistake, ending the day with tired scrolling and guilt. I wasted my time. I didn't do enough. The source says this is like falling asleep in a messy room inside your mind.
Oof. I need to clean my mental room. I definitely do not want to sleep in a mess.
The fix is the check-in. You treat the day as a teacher, not as a judge.
I like that distinction. A judge is there to punish you.
Good.
A teacher is there to help you learn for next time.
Correct. So you ask yourself 3 very simple questions. Number 1, what did I do well today?
Even small things, like really small.
Especially small things. I drank enough water. I listened to my 10 minutes of English. I was kind to myself. You have to acknowledge the wins.
Okay. Question 2.
Number 2, where did I waste energy?
That's the scroll hole question, isn't it?
Yes. But you do it with curiosity, not judgment. Be a scientist. Just observe. Interesting. I spent 40 minutes on Twitter after lunch.
And number 3,
What is one thing I'll repeat tomorrow?
that's very practical. It's not emotional, it's just data. I wasted energy on Twitter. Tomorrow I won't do that after lunch. I listened to the podcast in the morning and it felt good. Tomorrow I will do that again.
Exactly. And the perfect English application for this is to keep a simple 3-line journal. Use very simple grammar. Don't worry about perfection. Just focus on the progress. Today I listened to a podcast. Today I scrolled too much. Tomorrow I will listen again.
Simple, doable, sustainable. It takes 2 minutes, not 2 hours.
And that leads us to the bigger picture. We call this section 4, the long game.
Right. Because we aren't just doing this for one day. We are doing this for all of 2026. We are building that future, taller person.
We are. The source critiques the whole new year, new me idea because it just burns out so fast. It's a firework. It's bright and exciting for a second, and then it's gone.
And all you're left with is smoke and disappointment.
Yes. So instead, they propose a new mantra. New day, small moves, same direction.
It's the difference between a sprint and a marathon, isn't it?
It is. And it introduces another one of our power words. Relentless.
Relentless. That sounds intense, like a Terminator from a movie.
It can be. But in this context, it doesn't mean aggressive. It means not giving up easily. It means being steady. The analogy the source uses is of a tiny drop of water that, over years, makes a hole in a giant rock.
Right. One drop does absolutely nothing. You can't even see the mark it made.
Nothing, but a million drops. A billion drops. It literally changes the shape of the stone.
So we need to be relentless with our English. Not aggressive, just constant. That steady drip, drip, drip of 10 minutes a day.
Yes. This is about thinking in the long run. That's another key phrase for today. It means looking at months and years, not just this week. In the long run, 10 minutes daily is so much better than 3 hours once a month.
That is the headline right there. That's what everyone needs to remember. 10 minutes daily is better than 3 hours once a month. That is the real secret to fluency.
And finally, all these little habits, they build your potential.
Potential, the hidden power.
Think of it like a seed. Every single person listening has this seed of potential inside them to speak English fluently. The habits, the power day, that's the water and the light that allow that seed to actually grow.
And without the habits, the seed just stays a seed forever. It never gets to become the tree.
Exactly.
That is a beautiful way to think about it. Okay, we have thrown a lot of amazing vocabulary at our listeners today. We promise to make this a learning experience, not just a listening one. I think it's time for the word tour. Let's consolidate all this.
Let's do it. A rapid-fire review of the strong B2 words and phrases we discussed. I'll give the definition, and you give me the vibe or the image we talked about. Let's see if you were paying attention.
The pressure is on. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Word number 1, potential.
That's the seed, the hidden power inside me, the fluent speaker that's just waiting to grow.
Perfect. Word number 2, empowered.
That's holding the remote control to my own life, feeling strong and able to act, not letting that inner bully drive the bus.
Yes. Word number 3, relentless.
The water drop on the rock. Steady, consistent, not giving up. Drip, drip, drip.
Word number 4, align.
Walking in the same direction as my goals, making sure my small daily actions match my big long-term dreams. No donuts if I want to be healthy.
Excellent. Phrase number 5, set yourself up for success.
Putting the running shoes by the bed, or the English book in this case. Preparing the conditions so I can't fail. It's about removing the friction.
Phrase number 6, get back on track.
The train. If I fall off the rails, I don't panic, I don't blow up the train. I just gently put it back on the rails and keep going. No drama.
Phrase number 7, show up for yourself.
Being my own best friend. Keeping the promises I make to myself, even the small ones. Like writing that comment online, even if I'm a little bit scared.
And finally, phrase number 8, in the long run.
That's the big picture. Looking at the whole year, not just today. Playing the marathon, not the sprint.
You got them all. 10 out of 10.
I learned from the best. Now, listeners, here is your action item. We don't want you to just listen to this and forget. We want you to choose just one of these words or phrases, just one that feels special or important to you right now. Maybe you need to be more relentless. Maybe you really need to focus on how to align your habits.
Choose that word, write it down on a piece of paper, use it in a sentence, put it in a comment below if you want to share. Make it yours. Own it.
So to wrap all this up, you do not need a perfect year to learn English. You don't need to be perfect to become fluent.
No. You just need a series of small, imperfect power days. You need to show up, you need to get back on track when you mess up, because you will mess up, we all do, and you need to just keep a little bit of English in your day, every day.
10 to 15 minutes. That is all it takes to meet a completely different you in 2027.
We believe in you, you have the potential, the seed is there, you just need to water it.
Thank you so much for listening to this deep dive on Fluent Talk Studio. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and maybe share this with a friend who is also on the English learning journey. Let's build a stronger 2026 together.
Your progress doesn't end here. Keep going.
This is Max.
And this is Sarah.
See you in the next deep dive. Bye.